Mackenzie Johnston with Livestock Digital Daily, bringing you your November 30th cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by AgRisk Advisors. They help you manage your risk so you can manage your operation. With over 20 years of experience, AgRisk Advisors provide honest and transparent advice. They offer insurance solutions to help you minimize risk and maximize profitability on your farming and ranching operations. They might not be able to make it rain, but they can sure ease the pain. If you want to learn more about pasture, rangeland, forage insurance, go ahead and reach out to AgRisk Advisors. They can help you understand what PRF insurance is all about and everything it can do for your operation. Or if you're interested in an LRP on either fat or feeder cattle, they can also help you with that. They definitely have a long list of insurance options. So if you want to learn more or if you have questions, go ahead and reach out to AgRisk Advisors. Drovers has reported Senator Cory Booker, a Democrat from New Jersey, who we talk about often on the update, has unveiled new legislation dubbed the Industrial Agriculture Accountability Act, targeting America's large livestock corporations and industrial operators. The legislation seeks to hold such entities accountable for disaster mitigation and to ensure those entities are complying with animal welfare regulations. So this piece of legislation has a lot of moving parts. First off, it would end line speed increases and meat packer self-inspection programs. It would also prohibit slaughter of all downed animals and require more humane treatment of livestock transported for long periods of time. The legislation would require large entities to register with USDA, submit a disaster preparedness plan, and pay a fee to establish a fund focused on disaster events. So essentially, this part of the legislation would ensure the most humane practices are used if depopulation is absolutely needed after a disaster. Booker has also proposed to invest resources for higher welfare slaughter technology in meat and poultry processing facilities and establish a pilot program to train and employ more part-time inspectors for small processing plants. This update is also sponsored by Circle 5 Cow School. If you want to learn how to preg check your own cows or start AIing, Circle 5 Cow School is definitely the way to go. They're going to be down in Patton, Missouri on December 30th and 31st hosting a school. If you're in that area, I encourage you to check them out. Or if you just want to check out their schedule, head on over to circle5cowschool.com. That is the number 5 in there. Or you can go ahead and just give them a follow on Facebook. Meeting Place has reported McDonald's is accusing 8 companies of conspiring to fix pork prices over the last 14 years. Just another lawsuit. In the lawsuit, the fast food company is claiming the defendants entered into a conspiracy to fix, raise, maintain, and stabilize the price of pork and associated pork products beginning in 2008 through present day. McDonald's is also alleging the defendants worked together to restrict output and limit production with the intended purpose of increasing and stabilizing the price of pork across the country. The defendants, as usual, include Clemens Food Group, JBS USA, Seaboard Foods, Smithfield Foods, Triumph Foods, Hormel Foods, Tyson Foods, and Agristats. Thus far, none of the defendants have publicly responded to the lawsuit, which was filed the day after Thanksgiving. Meeting Place has also reported, due to not being able to agree on a new contract, Congress is expected to intervene in negotiations between the country's freight railroads and 12 unions representing their workers. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said on Monday representatives this week plan to vote on whether to impose an agreement that could avoid a shutdown of our nation's railroads just before Christmas. So the House will take up a bill adopting the tentative agreement with no poison pills or changing of the negotiated terms and send it to the Senate, according to Pelosi. The unions have set a strike deadline of December 9th, so definitely right around the corner. Our final sponsor for this update is Open Country LLC. Dan McMartin has Bunning 380 and 780 manure spreaders on his lot, along with a plethora of other livestock equipment. Open Country also carries Gallagher products for 15% off all day, every day. If you want to learn more, head on over to www.opencountrylllc.com. livestock.com. Finally, Drovers has reported average cattle feeding margins for the week ending November 26th, so last week, were estimated at $165 per head, according to the Sterling Beef Profit Tracker. Those average margins were up $41 per head from the week before. Beef packer margins were estimated at a $28 per head loss, the largest per head loss for packers since January of 2017. A year ago at this time, packers were making upwards of $488 per head, so the tables have definitely turned. Costs associated with finishing cattle have increased significantly since April. Cattle sold last week carried a total feed cost of $597 per head, which is 23% higher than the $465 per head for cattle sold the same week a year ago. The estimated total cost for finishing a steer last week was $2,024 per head, up 15% from last year's estimate of $1,725 per head. And to touch on slaughter rates, before I let you guys go, last week's cattle slaughter totaled 596,000 head, the largest Thanksgiving week slaughter since 2006 and the sixth largest Thanksgiving week slaughter going all the way back to 1980, according to Cassie Fish with the beef read. All kinds of good news this morning. I hope you all are having a great week. I will be back tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you later.